What's up, guys? It's Peyton here. Um, I will be going over my mock draft and my favorite players and some diamonds in the rough. Tomorrow is the NBA draft. Very excited for it. So let's get into my mock draft. So at first overall, I have Jabari Smith, 6'10", 220 out of Auburn. He's a great player. I think he's the most NBA ready out of the top three. Um, he he can shoot anywhere. People compare him Kevin Durant. He's not Kevin Durant, but he is a very long body that can shoot. Second overall to OKC, I have Chet Holmgren. I think Chet has the best. He has the highest ceiling out of the three. Um, he is very. He's 7'1", 7'2". He's like 190. He's a smaller body size wise. Um, he could build that frame. He kind of needs to if he wants to play in the NBA. With the Rockets, I think the Rockets are in a good position. I think if they let everything happen, they don't trade up or do anything. I think whoever falls to them is they're going to end up with a great player in which I have them picking Paulo Banchero. Um, he is super athletic, jumps out the gym. Uh, So yeah, I think him with Jalen Green would be an amazing duo, and I think they could build something in Houston with that. Um, if we jump around, four, I have Keegan Murray. I mean, Keegan Murray's a good player, but I don't think he's a great player. I think he's already capped out. He's like 22 years old. I think he's capped out on his potential. Um, it'd be like a Kings pick. I mean, the Kings aren't doing anything. The Pistons, I think Jaden Ivey has the potential to be Rookie of the Year. I think him paired up with Cade Cunningham would be a very good duo in the backcourt. I think that backcourt could be one of the best in a couple years. Um, uh, at seven, I have the Blazers picking Ty Washington, probably the truest point guard in the draft. I'm having Portland picking him because the Dame situation. Does Dame when? Well, he probably wants to still be there, but I think if they move off the Dame, I think Ty Washington would be a perfect pick for them at seven. Um, at 11, I have the Knicks picking Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren's probably the best big man besides the top three. I think if Jalen Duren waited another year and won the draft next year in 2023, uh, he would be a top five pick. I truly think so. Um, let's see. I have the Hornets picking Mark Williams, a huge 7'2", 242 center out of uh, Duke. Um, he is just is he Duke or UNC? One of those. But he's very good. He's not a typical present day big man, but he's like a throwback, like punish you in the paint type guy. Um, at 15, I also have the Hornets picking Usman Dang. Usman Dang is a very interesting player. He is 6'10" with handles like Kyrie. His handle game is very impressive. He could dribble around anybody. He's not very efficient though. He takes a bunch of shots, doesn't really make any. But let him grow. He's 18. Let him grow into a very good player. I think he will be very nice for the Hornets. Pair him up with Mark Williams. At 17, I have the Houston Rockets taking Patrick Baldwin Jr., a big forward from I wouldn't believe Milwaukee, somewhere around there. He has injury issues. I think if he lives up to his potential, he could be very good. Um, I have Patrick Baldwin's comparison to John Collins. I think they both are pretty good. I mean, same player, both good on defense, and they can shoot. So that would be a nice addition with Houston. Um, Johnny Davis to the Spurs at 20. I think Johnny Davis. I don't know if he. I'm sure he could grow more, like potential wise. I don't. I don't think he's like a certified he's gonna be an all star. I think he'd be a serviceable like 3 and D type guy. 23, I have the Sixers picking Nikola Jovic. I think Nikola Jovic is a um, can be a sneaky good player, 6'10", 210. I think I don't know what his, he's like a positionless player. He could be a point forward type guy, but he's very, very good. The Bucks have the steal of the draft with Jaden Hardy at 24, 6'4", 185 shooting guard. He could be a succeeds Jrue Holiday. Uh, Plus Milwaukee's kind of missing that like certified like shooting guard that could shoot around the court because Jaden Hardy can pull up from half court and make it. He's a very good player. Um, that's really it for like the notables I really like. If we go to my favorite players in the draft, I already talked to you guys about Ousmane Deng, Jaden Hardy, um, Nikola Jovic, and Patrick Baldwin. Well, going back to Jaden Hardy, I have this comparison with Seth Curry, but we'll be able to control the offense a little bit more, a little bit better than him. Uh, uh, Jalen Duren, I have his comp to Clint Capella. I think they catch lobs all the time. They play very good defense. I think Duren probably has a little bit more of an offensive game, but he's still just that big dude that bully people in the paint. Now, lastly, my diamond in the rough, that could be draft steals. I have Kofi Coburn, huge body, strong, protect the rim, and collect rebounds. I don't know, since the NBA is going to like a small ball type. I mean, the East is just getting bigger. Like you want those type of guys, like Kofi Coburn. He's I don't know, 7 foot 270. He is huge. You want that guy to stop Giannis. Like you can throw him out there and just get 6 fouls and like try to rough up Giannis. Um, Second, I have Scottie Pippen Jr. Scottie Pippen Jr. It would be interesting where he goes. I don't think he's not going in the first round. I don't. He possibly can go in the second round. I don't think. I think he would be quickly to get picked up if he's undrafted. Johnny Juzang, he's a big guard with defensive ability. Played very well with, I believe, UCLA. Um, he's just a classic like uh, 3 and D type guy, but he's huge. I think he's like 6'8" as like a shooting guard. Christian Coloco, he's a classic big. There's nothing more to it. I mean, he's kind of like Coburn or like Mark Williams. Doesn't really move very well, but he would be a big guy in the paint that you put down there. G Montero, he's a small guard, but has room to grow. He's only 18. Uh, I think if G Montero gets put in the right position and has him grow with players in front of him that could show him the way, I think he'd be a good player. Not very high on him though, but he could be a steal if it all works out. But tomorrow's a draft. That is all with my mock. I'll probably post all the rest of my mock because I did it before and it changed drastically. But post it on like Twitter or something like that. But thank you guys for listening to me, and I'll see you guys probably Friday after the draft. Thank you.